All right, boys and girls. So the question is, convert the systems into augmented matrices and solve them using row echelon form. So I'm not gonna lie to you, this is pretty tough if you don't know how to do it step by step, but I'm gonna break it down to you guys in 7 steps, if not less, and we'll get this going. So first, not really the first step, this is like step 0 in a way. Convert the system of equations to matrix form. So it's 2 brackets followed by some broken lines. That's how I do it. So what's row 1? We got 8, -6, -20. So we write that out right here. 8, -6, -20. -16, +7, +30. And we'll refer to this from now on as row 1, row 2. Okay? With me so far? So let's go for it. Step 1. What we're going to do here is multiply 2 times row 1. Okay? That's all we're doing so far. So look at our row 1 up here. We're going to do 2 times 8. That is 16 minus 12, broken lines, -40, close that bracket. Down here we haven't touched row 2, so we're just writing -16, 7, 30. And really quick, as a side note, in case anyone got lost right there, I am going to draw it out because I don't want to lose anyone in this. This is very tedious. So that's basically what we did with row 1. Boom. Right? Because it was 8, -6, -20. Boom. Times 2. Next, step number 2. We are going to switch places with row 1 and row 2. Okay? That's all we're doing, switching places. So everything was on top is going to go on the bottom. Everything on the bottom was going to go on top. So now on the top we got -16, 7, break the brackets, 30. The bottom we got +16, -12, -40. That's all we've done. Step 3. We are going to add row 1 plus row 2 will equal new row 2. Got it? So row 1 plus row 2 will give us new row 2. So we're going to do our brackets, break this down, boom, boom, boom. So what we're doing, let's get him really quick. So we got -16. This is on the side, by the way. This is side work. When you see these little 3 dots, it means just side note. We got 7, we got 30. Down here we got 16, -12, -40. This cancels out, becomes a 0. 7 plus -12, or -12 plus 7, -5. 30 minus 40, -10. Okay? Now, like I said, row 1, plus row 2, so this plus this. That's all we did here. Gives us our new row 2. So all these answers will go here in row 2. The top staying the same. Okay? So far so good. Let's go over here. I'm going to start using a different color because it's going to get messy. Step number 4. Let me fix that. We got to keep this clean. Step number 4, okay? We're going to do -1/5 times row 2, okay? So we're writing everything back. Always put the brackets, broken lines, bracket, cool. So on the side note, we're going to get -1/5, -1/5, -1/5 times, what do we say, row 2? And if we write row 2 in order, 0, -5, -10. What does that equal? 0, +1, 2. Now we write that back. 0, 1, 2. The top, we keep it the same. Nothing has changed. So we have negative 16, we got 7, we got 30. So far, so good, right? Step number 5. Step number 5. We are going, now that we know our y, by the way, the top right here, how we said earlier, row 1, row 2, ignore the rows, but just what's here inside this part of the bracket and the broken yellow lines, broken just lines, is x and y, okay? So our y, we found y technically already. So we understand now that y is equal to 2, okay? Down here. So this is our y, this is our x. Y is 2. We found it. Now, for row 1, substitute for y. What does that mean? So if we go to our original equation right here, since this is technically the top, right? The 16, negative 16, 730 is this, right? Back in step 4, negative 16, 730. So what is next to 7 in this equation? Y. What did we say that y equals? 2. So what's 2 times 7? 14, correct. So negative 16, because that's negative 16x, right? I'm referring to this, by the way. I'll put an arrow. Negative 16x, boom. 7y, or 7 times 2, because y equals 2. We figured that out here. It's 14. Bracket, 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 bracket. 30, close bracket. And in the bottom, 0, 1, 2, right? Because that hasn't changed. So for row 1, substitute for y, which we did. Easy so far, right? Now, step 6. Bring constant over. What does that mean? Him, earlier, we're going to bring him over. And when you bring something to one side in algebra, so it would be, in this case, it's 14 now, right? 7 times 2 is 14. It would be negative 14 on this side, negative 14 on that side, so it would be 30 minus 14. So that's what we're doing when I say bring constant over. So this is still negative 16. Let me just finish writing this out. 0, 1, 2, because row 2 we haven't touched. This is going to switch. This will remain as a 0. And what is, side note, 30 minus 14. I'll do it on the side. 3 dots means side note. That is what? 2, that is 1, that's a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 16. So it's negative 16. Let me clean that up. I don't want to confuse any of you guys. I want to keep the handwriting nice. So we have negative 16, 0. So that's all we did. Step 6, bring constant over. 14 goes to that side. So it basically is 30 minus 14, which is 16. That's what that becomes. And this became a 0 because we got rid of it. So that is what step 6 is. Now, step 7. I'm going to erase this. I'm pretty sure you've written this out and followed along. Step number 7. Multiply 1/16 times row 1. Okay, let me draw that out. Bracket, bracket, bracket. Boom. So we had from step 6, 1, 0. Sorry, I'm getting too ahead of myself. I'll write row 2 right really quick. 0, 1, negative 2, right? So right over here, negative 1/16, negative 1/16, negative 1/16, multiplied by row 1, which our numbers are negative 16, 0, 16. Negative 1 over 16, or just think of it dividing, that becomes positive 1. 0, obviously 0 times 0 is 0. This, positive and negative, it's going to be a negative. 16 over 16, it's positive 1, or just 1, but with a negative. Cool, so we write that in order, 1, 0, positive 1 right here. I'm looking at all these negatives. So yes, this is positive 1, this is 0. This is -1. I don't know why I wrote a -2 right there. Sorry. Now I'm confusing you guys. So this is our step 7. So we have 1, 0, -1, 0, 1, 2. So we've established that our x is -1, our y is 2 from earlier, and we solved everything.